Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Excuse me. Um, I wanted to talk a little bit today about the free dispersed camping in San Diego County. Although, I mean, there are some closures, definitely some closures, and the free camping was kind of difficult to come by. And I ended up at my first place, my first site on May 1st. It's now May 9th. I'm at my second site, but I ended up on my first uh, campsite May 1st, and the next day, May 2nd, the Forest Service came through and was telling me that I couldn't be there, that the the permits weren't being issued, but I called the Forest Service office. They got back to me. As a matter of fact, I spoke to two representatives. They got back to me and stated that yes, I could be out dispersed camping without a permit, but I had to have an adventure pass. And when I told the Forest Service ranger that, he said, "Oh, I got to verify that." So he called his supervisor, and it was verified. But still, I was kicked out of that site because there was an endangered species. They didn't get into detail what it was. They just said it was an endangered species in the area, and they had to close that road. Now I'm on Mount Laguna in San Diego County. Beautiful, beautiful area you can see behind me. And this is all free. Um, it's still 14-day limit. You can't stay any longer than 14 days. So I respect that, and I will leave after 14 days maximum. I'm probably gonna leave earlier, maybe after 10 days or so. I'm getting kind of antsy. But the thing is, I had a great situation where I was staying um, near the beach in San Diego, one of the beaches in San Diego, and I messed up. So, and this is because of a previous camping trip. I messed up, and I ended up getting asked to leave. So, ended up back in the van, and living in my van full time, it's proven to be a little bit on the difficult side to get into these places with the free dispersed camping and get supplies, blah blah blah. I have to drive an hour from town, and really I don't want to park in town because I risk being messed with by the police department. No matter what part of town I'm in, there's basically two cities that border one another, and one city they're okay. I was messed with about a week and a half ago, something like that, and he came up telling me that they received the complaint that there were narcotics in my van. And it's like, okay. And so he looks around and he says, "But I don't see any, so you're good." He said, "Are you living in this thing?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "All right, you're good. You're good." And he took off, and really, they shut down everything as far as the van life, quote unquote. You can't dwell in a van, and they have a um, lot of different ways that they determine what dwelling is, and you can look that up on Google, and multiple news channels, Channel 8, Channel 9, Channel 7, I know, have multiple articles on that telling you exactly what the definition of dwelling in a vehicle is. So, being homeless, it's not so easy. Living in the van, that is my home, and it's not so easy, and I need a way to charge my devices, and I can't bring my new solar system out because you get solar panels with wires coming off the top of your vehicle into the back. You're gonna get messed with. So I went ahead and said, you know what, I'm just gonna have to get out of San Diego, and the major city of San Diego, and but get into this dispersed camping and see if that works. And so far, um, this is working. It's working well. The area that I am in is, like I said, I'm at Laguna, but man, I'm within the thick pine trees, and it is buggy. I mean, buggy. Any like three different types of flies: mosquitoes, mosquito hawks, bees, beetles, moths, you name it. Yeah, it's a mess. But anyway, I got comfortable here a couple of days ago. I got comfortable here, and I'm learning how to deal with it. Um, so yeah, just keep in mind that if you're gonna do any dispersed camping, you need to research the roads ahead of time that you're going into, not only for the conditions of the road, but also whether or not you're in need of a permit, and whether or not you can obtain a permit. As far as the adventure pass is concerned, it's $30 a year, and you can get it from the ranger station. You can get it from Marina store. I know there are a few other areas. You guys leave in the comments if you want where else you can get it here in San Diego County. But there is a ton of free camping that you can do out here, whether you're homeless or whether you just want to get out, have a good time, and not have to pay, 25 a day for it or more, 35, 37 a day. I've seen for like La Jolla Indian Reservation, I've seen 25 to 26 dollars. I think it was 25. I think they have it at Laguna Prado Campground. Like Henshaw's 25 or 26 a day, something like that. But you know what? After 3, 4 days, it adds up. That's $100. When we don't have much coming in, you really can't do much. Um, so I've had to work really hard to set myself up for dispersed camping, as far as the van and the way I cook, the way I use the bathroom, all these different things. I've worked really hard for this, and being self-sustaining with power and water and food storage. Um, I've had to work really hard at that, and this has been over the course of the last 8 months. You know, it's I'm not gonna lie, it's hard at first, really hard at first. But like I said, because of the COVID-19 problem that the COVID-19 pandemic, um, a lot of places have shut down. A lot of services haven't been open for us to come out and do our free camping. So I've had to get creative. I've had to get very creative, and I've had to spend a lot of time researching areas that I can go in the area that I live here, and it paid off. It paid off well. And you know what? If anything, if you get hassled by the Forest Service, the rangers, ask them, where can I go? And they'll be more than happy to help you out and tell you and give you all the information you need. Normally, yeah. I mean, it was kind of a strange thing that I had to tell him. Hey, I can be out here without a permit. I just have to have my adventure pass, and he kind of kind of weird having to tell him that, and him having to check into it. But that's all right. If worst case scenario, I took a few more minutes to get through it, and now I'm where I'm at, and I'm happy. But yeah, it's it's worth looking into if you want to do dispersed camping. Maybe later on I'll do another thing. I'll go ahead and do a van tour video where I'll show you what I've got and how I've set up my van. Um, but to be honest with you, it's kind of a mess, and I want to clean it up and organize it a little bit before I do. So, yeah, you know, you don't want people walking into your house when it's look like a bomb went off. People with kids understand. Although I don't. This is just me. But when you live in a confined space the way I do, um, you make a mess to do, one thing. You make a mess to cook a meal. You make a mess to change your clothes. You make a mess to clean yourself. You make a mess to do anything. And you got to put it all back together. It's a little bit of work, but I guess to me it's worth it. To me it's worth it. You know, um, So yeah, I'll do a van tour video later on. Maybe that'd be a separate video. We'll see. But anyway, thanks for watching my video. Hope you guys got a little bit out of that about the dispersed camping. Like I said, most places are 14-day limit out of 30-day limit, and this is free. Free camping as long as you have the $30 a year adventure pass, and don't come out here unless you have plenty of water. That is crucial. Plenty of water and food, and make sure you have a means to dig a hole. Get yourself a trenching shovel from Big Five or Walmart or wherever. But make sure you're set up. I've done backpacking all around this mountain, and the first time was an eye opener. I realized what I didn't need, and I realized what I needed. And like I said, we'll get into it, and when I get into my van tour, and I'll explain the reasons why I did what I did, and I'll tell you what I want to change and what I might do different. So that'll be that'll be later on. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a good day, and subscribe to my channel, like, and comment. Thank you very much.